What's up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to another feature match. We've got DDD OCG versus Cosmo. Yes, my brother there on the left is playing a OCG variant of DDD with some proxies. We allow him to play that with our current locals. Nobody really cares because he does not want to play the TCG version and is having a lot of fun with the OCG version and is doing a lot better than the TCG version does, as you would expect. So he's going to open up Strawman, 2-set back row, double call the Haunted. It's going to be pretty devastating to lose those two cards right off the bat. However, if he would have comboed off with Tin Can, those cards would have been a lot better. Discarding Glow Up Bulb off that Twin Twister, so that's a nice discard target. Going to be Foolish Burialing for, looks like DD Lilith. Gonna get a setup Engrave. We'll see Glow Up Bulb come out, and he'll mill a Lamia. Summon a level 1 tuner. He'll mill a level 1 tuner. He'll activate Swamp King. Strawman will chain. Summoning Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer will summon, or Dark Destroyer will destroy that Glow Up Bulb, burning away its once per duel effect. Now fusion summoning off that Swamp King, banishing the Lilith from, or the Lilith from grave, and ascending a one from hand. He'll send away the Swamp King to synchro for 8 with that Lamia. He'll summon out Red Dragon Archfiend Scarlight, popping the Dark Destroyer. He'll take 500 burn damage, and then he's going to summon out a Wicked Witch to make him pay that 1,000. Or he's just going to end up chaining, and he's going to put that Dark Eclipser on board, which I believe has 2,900 or 3k attack. Opting not to pay the life points for Wicked Witch, instead is just going to chain and summon out the Dark Eclipser. Okay, it is 3k attack. Wasn't exactly sure. Then he's going to activate Dark Eclipser's effect, which is just to add a level 8 or lower Cosmo monster to hand, which pretty much tutors any Cosmo to hand. And now he's going to use Tin Can's effect in the end phase. He'll get Dogfighter to hand, setting up more Call the Haunted targets. Now that only has one left in deck, though. He'll be sending Dark Destroyer and Forerunner to the graveyard, adding Dogfighter to hand. Not the best setup he wanted. Raigeki's going to come down. He will chain the Tin Can for Slip Rider. Slip Rider will die under the Raigeki as well, since he did chain, and he'll get a Farm Girl on board. And he will Valor the Farm Girl. Farm Girl not getting its effect off anytime soon this time. And he'll normal the Kepler. What a top deck. Kepler will go grab Hellgate. Hellgate's going to search him any DD. He'll add Ragnarok. He's got a Swirl Slime Engrave. What a clutch setup. And there's that third and final Call the Haunted. It's going to destroy the Ragnarok, not giving him a chance. He'll end up running over the Dogfighter. They're going to start activating their effects, popping away his Hellgate, and now he has Wicked Witch on board. And he'll top deck Farm Girl, and he'll scoop it up there. So that's going to be it for game 1. And this is the one thing I don't like playing like Cosmo against. The one thing I personally don't like about playing against them, and my brother feels the same way, it's just the floaters. I have a very hard time dealing with the floaters. It just seems like you're digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole when you keep attacking, and if you don't have the proper floodgates for it, in my opinion, I have a hard time playing against it. He has a hard time playing against it as well. So, I mean, which is why he ends up making maybe not the best plays. It's just, this is an unfamiliar matchup. Ever since Gold Series came out, and that's a nice Twin Twister hit right there, Cosmojo and Call the Haunted. But ever since Infinite Gold came out, nobody at our locals has really played Cosmo. But just recently, obviously, now that the whole Cosmo deck is like under $100 for the most part, my friend there just picked it up. So it's like a new thing we have to worry about at our locals, and as far as side decking goes and stuff like that, because it's mostly just been Draco Pales and Water and that's pretty much, and then Rogue for the rest of it, and then his DDDs. Now he's got 2 Wicked Witch on board. He had a Tin Can. Beowulf will come out now on his side of the field. Will be Piercing. Gonna be chaining instead. Forerunner's gonna be on the field now. We'll attack that. It's gonna float again for Slip Rider. Slip Rider popping the contract. He'll set 2 back row. And I believe that's gonna be it for his turn. Raigeki. And he'll deck Devi. He'll chain. Just be stopping any farm girls that get added to his hand, any tin cans, as well as any strawmen will be immediately destroyed during his standby phase, so it's not that bad of a side deck card. And that Halti First Ed Deck Devastation Virus coming in clutch. Debating on what to add back off Cosmo Town at the moment. Looks like he's going to be paying 700 for the Forerunner. Slip Rider swinging in along with the Wicked Witch. And he'll warning that summon. That's a good way to stop those Cosmos right in their tracks, is getting that warning. Stopping the Forerunner from being summoned, sending it straight to the graveyard, not being able to activate its effect in response. I love those counter traps. Cosmo at this point is pretty much eaten away most of the resources on the DDD side of the field. Looking for a top deck, and there it is. Top decks, the Dark Contract with the Gate. Able to grab any DD. He's going to go for Kepler and then into Swamp King. Obviously, going to be making some fusion plays. Going to be banishing Beowulf, sending the Kepler to the extra deck for the fusion summon. He's going to go Dark. And then he's got the Glow Up Bulb in Graveyard. Going to be synchroing for Crimson Blader. That's going to be a pretty decent hit for Cosmo. It's going to be able to stunt him for at least 1 turn in order for the DD player to be able to gain some resources, get a little bit of an advantage going. Not being able to summon normal or special summon level 5 or higher. Not going to be drawing any really low attack monsters for the deck Devi this turn. Just an upstart. Knows what he upstarted into. End phase Tin Can. And he's not going to be able to follow up with the Tin Can play and banish it during his end phase. So that'll stop some disruption, at least there. But the Tin Can is live now. I don't believe he is under the restriction of the... Yep, that's right. He's not under the restriction of Crimson Blader. He'll be popping Swamp King. He'll be using... Or not Swamp King. He'll be popping the Dark Contract with the Gate. Now using Swamp King to summon out another Beowulf. Banishing, I believe, a DD and a DDD. He'll attack. He'll pierce with the Beowulf, and then Crimson Blader will attack the Farm Girl. Now, once again, under the effects of Crimson Blader, it's going to be another very slow turn for Cosmo. That's one thing I actually have in my extra deck for Mermails for Cosmo is Crimson Blader, and I find it just a very good utility to not only have in the Cosmo matchup, but as well as to have in the Monarch matchup. I think it's a great card. Farm Girl set Scolding. Scolding's not going to do him too much. Another Slip Rider coming out, popping his Swamp King. He'll just attack over it with the Crimson Blader, and he'll get himself a Tin Can. It's a pretty vicious loop that's going on, but it won't last for too much longer if that Beowulf stays on the field, as he'll keep piercing that 0 defense Tin Can and at 3,000 attack. You're not going to be lasting too long. Summoning a Dogfighter during the standby phase. Get a token at 2,400 defense. Probably his best bet at the moment as far as saving life points from that Beowulf. Again, under the effect of Crimson Blader. Cosmo having a very hard time at the moment trying to get over that Crimson Blader. Definitely a problem card for them at the moment. They have that set Scolding. They're not doing too much in the line of things. And he's just going to pick it up there. Not being able to out the Crimson Blader, making it very, very difficult for the deck to play. And I think definitely a very, very good extra deck card in response for Cosmo. So here we are in Game 3. He's going to be opening up Foolish Burial. Looks like he's going to be sending Necro Slime, perhaps. Usual suspect, though. Or perhaps Lamia or Glow Up Bulb. Going to be changing his target here, looks like. Possibly we'll see a Lamia in Graveyard to set up synchro plays. If he has a Dark Contract, he can just send that to the grave. Looks like it's going to be Necro Slime. Necro Slime will be sent to the grave. And I'll set one and pass. Not opening up too strong, it looks like. I see E-Telly in the Cosmo player's hand. We see Slip Rider. We see Cosmo Town. Looks like a pretty good turn for Cosmos. He's going to go Farm Girl, or is he going to go Tin Can End Phase? Because if he was feeling a bit of an aggro turn, wanted to be offensive, he could have gone for the Farm Girl, suppose, if he had a way to deal damage, but it looks like he's just going to go End Phase Tin Can, revealing Dark Destroyer, Forerunner, and Dark Eclipser. We'll see the die roll here, adding Dark Destroyer to his hand, probably the best option. Hitting the glow up bulb with that Dark Destroyer Upstart Goblin. Got the access to level 1 tuner. We'll see Dark Hole. Obviously, Dark Destroyer gonna summon out Dogfighter. Now he's got to deal with that Dogfighter. But at least it's not a Dark Destroyer. At least he can target the Dogfighter. Then we'll see him normal summoning the Necro Slime. And then he's going to activate Swamp King. Banishing the one on grave, sending the one on field to grave. Going to be going for Dark, synchroing up for 8, and there's the Crimson Blader. If he has Cosmojo, he has it. If he has Scolding, which looks like he does not. Crimson Blader getting that clutch attack in. Again, and we saw in Game 2, the control that he had with Crimson Blader was very, very real. If he can keep this on board and be able to build up a bigger board on top of it, very well could be game over for Cosmo. But he has the Wicked Witch on board for now, which will prevent it from being destroyed by battle. And he has Dark Hole, so he'll be paying 1,000 for that. And he has Tin Can. At least he does have the out for Crimson Blader this time. Definitely going to be a little bit of an easier matchup for him now. He will Valor the Tin Can. No end phase effect for it. And then Tin Can will be chained during standby phase to summon out that Slip Rider, popping away his Swamp King. And the thing, the Slip Rider is very, very key in this matchup, I think, is in the fact that it can just keep stopping all of your contracts, and especially with it during either player's turn, the disruption that it has, making it very, very hard for DDD to play. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does DDD have a good matchup against Cosmo in the future? I think it does. As we saw in Game 2, the ability to make Crimson Blader, I think the deck could definitely keep up and definitely outpace Cosmo with the abilities, the summoning capabilities it has. We'll see Cosmo take the match there. But I think in the future, once the new structure deck is out, I've seen some pretty crazy OCG builds of DDD playing Speedroids, stuff like that, just turbo builds that can synchro out a whole lot, and Crimson Blader definitely being a good card in the Cosmo matchup. I definitely think it'll be able to keep up in the future, and I definitely cannot wait for the new DDD support to get here sometime in July. I'm sure there's most of us who are waiting. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed the guys. Leave your comments on the comment section below. And if you're new here, do yourself a favor and subscribe. The support is greatly appreciated. Cannot stress that enough, guys. Really, we just hit 1,500 subs the other day. Oh my god, I cannot thank you guys enough. And if you're following me on Twitter, you would have seen that I posted a huge thank you note for you guys, as well as various other updates there. So if you're interested in that, you can go there and hit that follow button. I would very much appreciate that as well. Every little bit of support means so much from you guys. And again, thanks for watching. Winterkill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.